Well, hello again. I'm back. I have learned something very quickly about vlogging, and that is that it is really hard to find good opportunities to record yourself talking in daily life. Like, it was one thing when I was in the middle of the airport, or in the airport in the middle of the night, like 3 in the morning, and no one was around. But it's a little weird when you're trying to do this and there are people walking around and looking at you. And so I definitely learned quickly that finding opportunities to vlog is going to be harder in my regular everyday life. So I bet you guys probably thought I wasn't going to do another one of these, that I just kind of did two and said, screw it. But no, I actually have been thinking about it, and I've been looking for opportunities to, have a few minutes to record and it not be in a weird place. So right now I am in my car. I just got home in my car in our garage in the apartment complex, and you might be seeing this background a lot because this seems like a pretty decent place to, record these. So what have I been up to since I got back from PAX East? Really just working and gaming, the usual. I got Uncharted 4, one of probably my top 3, top 5 most anticipated games of the year. I got Uncharted 4 5 days early. I was actually able to get it Thursday night, right after seeing Captain America Civil War, which was awesome, by the way. So I have been playing Uncharted 4 slowly. Unfortunately, I did have to go away for the weekend for Mother's Day. So, so I got Uncharted 4, played the first few chapters, then had to shelve it for a few days, and just got home last night, where I played a little more, and I'm going to play a little more tonight, and it is awesome. I know there have been some complaints and reviews about a slow beginning, and I can see where those complaints come from, for sure. It definitely is it doesn't, it's not like an in-your-face beginning. It doesn't start really with a lot of action, I guess, but there is enough action through the first 5 or 6 chapters that I don't really feel like it starts too slowly. I think the early chapters are fine. So that's my impression of the first few. I'm on chapter 6 now, and I've been happy with the pacing. So I can see where the complaints come from, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you're really worried about the slow pacing complaints, don't. It's really not that bad, in my opinion. I think it's fine, actually. It is the most beautiful game from a technical standpoint. It's the prettiest game I've ever seen. You guys have no idea what you're in for, I guess, tonight at midnight, for those of you who pre-ordered it digitally, or tomorrow for those of you who are getting the physical version, and were not able to get it early. This game is astoundingly gorgeous. Naughty Dog pulled off some technical wizardry here that it just makes no sense. It looks photorealistic, the game. I don't know how they did it. And the motion capture, it doesn't look like these cutscenes. You're not watching video game characters. You're watching real people emote, and it's crazy. So I've been playing that. I've also been playing Star Fox Zero, which, I have to say, I think it's going to end up being kind of like a cult classic. I'm still not a big fan of the reboot idea. I don't think we needed yet another retelling of a Star Fox 64-esque story, but, the game itself, I have to say the controls click for me in Corneria, even. I know I had a bit of a head start because I played the game at E3 and PAX and stuff like that, but I didn't play it that much, certainly not as much as Andre, who did the review for GameXplain, and I have to say, the controls feel nice. It can be challenging, and it can be a little unwieldy, but once you get used to it, you can pull off things in Star Fox Zero that you couldn't dream of doing in Star Fox 64, or Star Fox Assault. So, there really is there's a few layers to the controls, where, at first, there is a high learning curve, I admit that. But if you can get past that and get to the point where the controls click for you, it really does become a pretty special experience. And all the voice work is spot on. They got most of the voice actors for Star Fox 64 back. And honestly, despite the similarities on the surface between Star Fox Zero and Star Fox 64, the more I play the game, the more I see that even though on a macro level, maybe there are some overall similarities, when it comes to the individual levels, there actually isn't. It's similar in style, I guess, but there actually is quite a bit different going on in Star Fox Zero. It's not just a Star Fox 64 retread. There are a lot of new elements. So I almost feel like I'm going to eat a little crow on this, because the game's not selling well, and I was right about, if you guys have seen any of my GameXplain discussions where I was talking about Star Fox Zero, and I was talking about the fact that it would probably be a drop in the bucket in terms of sales and overall relevance. That ended up kind of bearing out. I think that's true, and I'm right about that. But I think I was maybe a little too hard on the game. I think maybe I thought the game was not going to be as good as it has turned out to be, and I'm definitely eating crow on that front, because the game is actually quite fun. And And yeah, so I admit that I was definitely wrong about it being a disappointment gameplay-wise. But yeah, it's fun. And then I've been playing also I've been playing all these games like I would say an hour at a time each day, just kind of working on them, chipping away. But also Ratchet and Clank for PS4, the remake of the original, or reimagining, I guess. It's so good. I don't want to use the Pixar comparison because it's been done to death. Everyone says, "Oh, it's like you're playing a Pixar movie," but it's a really beautiful game. It's the kind of thing that some Sony first-party properties do really well. And I don't know, Ratchet and Clank has always been something. It's a series that I've always appreciated, and I actually have played Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction, and I finished that, and I loved it. But I never played any of the other Ratchet and Clank games for whatever reason. I didn't really try to avoid them, but I just never got around to it. So this is a great way for me to kind of experience what the original game was, just kind of in a more modern format. The graphics are astounding. I mean, I don't want to compare them to Uncharted 4 because Uncharted 4 is going for something different. It's more photorealistic. Ratchet and Clank is, is cartoony, it's fantastical, and it does that so well. It's certainly one of the most beautiful games you can buy right now on console. That and Uncharted 4 really are two of the most just gorgeous games I've ever seen. So yeah, that's really what I've been playing. I'm still playing Bravely Second because I love it so much. Of course, that was what I said in my review as well. But I can't put the game down. I'm just like maxing jobs out and just messing around with it. It's a great game. So Bravely Second, even though it was work to review it, I still love playing it. So, yeah, other than that, I went away for Mother's Day, had a great couple of days up at the beach, with my mom and, or day or so. And that's about what's going on in my life. I really appreciate that you guys want to see me continue to do this. I'm gonna keep doing it. As I said, I did not just. It wasn't like a super short-lived venture that I just gave up on. I want to keep vlogging, and I'm going to. It's just a matter of finding places where I can record. But as I said, get used to this background because this may end up being, unless this becomes like a big thing and like an actual, or I want to like step up the production quality, then I'll probably get like a proper camera and like a tripod so I'm not holding my phone and all the shakiness. So that might happen, but until then, maybe get used to this background because this is probably going to end up being my best place to record, uninterrupted and without feeling weird, people looking at me and stuff. So seeing me talk to my phone. So I think that's a good time. This is my longest one. It's about 7.5 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. As always, leave me comments if there's something you'd like me to talk about, maybe. I'm just kind of going off the cuff with these. But I do read every single comment. I can't respond to every single one, but rest assured that I do see every single comment that you guys leave. So I appreciate that, and I will take them into account. So, cool. I think that's about it. And until next time, guys, see ya.